We hope you enjoy this audio-only podcast. You can watch the full video versions on our YouTube channel at All Things Unexplained. There we share visuals, documents, and extended discussions you won't hear anywhere else. While you're there, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new video. Plus, if you subscribe and comment on a video, that will enter you into our giveaways. But for now, enjoy this audio version of All Things Unexplained.
All Things Unexplained.
So some of that, I think, sir, will save for closed session.
Okay, Unexplained Ones, this is Dr. Mouse, and welcome back to All Things Unexplained. This episode, I've got updates on General McCasland and Monica Reza, both of them missing. Detectives have released new audio and video in the General Neil McCasland case, and I've got an update on my FOIA request on the Monica Reza case. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do weekly content on UFOs, Bigfoot, aliens, astrophysics, and everything in between. And yes, it's absolutely free. So if you're into those kinds of things and you want to support the channel, hit that sub button, leave a comment down below, and that will automatically enter you into our giveaways. And we have a lot of exciting things to give away. Just be a sub to All Things Unexplained. Leave a comment if you want. Stick around to the end of the video and we'll get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so Monica Reza went missing in June of last year, 2025, and General Neil McCasland went missing in February of this year, 2026. I've done a lot of videos on their cases, previous videos, which I've put in one playlist on the channel, so you can check out that playlist for all the videos on Reza and McCasland. For these updates on the McCasland case, let's head over to Red Panda Koala on X. This first audio you're going to hear, it says detectives released audio of the interview with a woman who had dinner with missing General Neil McCasland the night before he vanished without a trace. Apparently that dinner was with none other than Space Force. So let's have a listen.
He was the head of Air Force Research Lab. To the point, the man's names are in the UFO documents that are fixed to be released. Okay. He's in that in-depth, so he has a very high security clearance.
The first call a detective made wasn't to search the mountains. It was to a woman who had dinner with McCasland the night before.
Yeah, so I called in trying to get a hold of everyone. I'm actually walking into his favorite coffee shop right now to see if they've seen him. So I work with Mr. McCasland on the Kirtland Partnership. He's a board member. He's a retired general with Air Force Research Lab. Okay. And we had dinner Thursday evening at Cervantes off of Gibson. Okay. At 6 o'clock with Space Force. And what I noticed, I was shocked this morning when I saw the alert, because what I noticed Thursday evening is he wasn't his usual self. He was kind of spacey and quiet. And you know, that happens with people, so I didn't put anything with it. Right. He left in his vehicle, and then I called this morning. I called security forces out at Kirtland just to ensure he hasn't used his card out there, and he hasn't. He has an access base, and they're going to keep monitoring that area. But from what I understand, let me tell you this first. So Thursday evening, he was wearing a blue and white striped collared shirt, button down. Okay. And he was wearing a little name tag, his KPC name tag. And so from what I understand is he left the house, his wife didn't take anything, was on the running trail, and it was last seen at 11 o'clock yesterday. Right. Does he carry like a security clearance or anything like that? He has a very classified security clearance. He was the head of Air Force Research Lab. To the point, the man's names are in the UFO documents that are fixed to be released. Okay. He's in that in-depth, so he has a very high security clearance.
Okay, wow. First of all, just the fact that General McCasland was still having meetings with Space Force I think that's pretty telling. I mean, the man was clearly still a very important person. It's also quite interesting to find out that he wasn't quite his normal self. I believe the lady described him as kind of being spacey and out of it, not his usual self. And of course, we could speculate on what exactly that means. I mean, I think that could mean a lot of things. And then she says something really interesting. He has a very classified clearance. He was the head of the AFRL, the Air Force Research Laboratory. It blows my mind that this person would say this, because we've been saying for a while on these videos that we've been making on McCasland and Monica Reza, that is what connects these two cases, the Air Force Research Laboratory. Monica Reza co-invented this super alloy called Mondelloy, along with Dallas Ann Hardwick, who passed away in 2014 from stage 4 breast cancer. Mondelloy went on to be developed by the Air Force Research Laboratory, along with Aerojet Rocketdyne. And almost certainly, during this same period of development, McCasland was in charge of the AFRL. Now, once Hardwick passed away, that left Reza as the preeminent expert on Mondelloy. And then the lady says something even more mind-blowing, that his name is in the UFO documents about to be released. We had this first set of UFO files released, videos, documents, images. We covered those on this channel, some of them. We know that this past Friday, we had the second batch of UFO files released. We've talked about some of those. And quite interestingly, one of the most intriguing cases from both those releases, which dealt with the orbs and the helicopters and the USPER, the U.S. person, USPER, chasing these things, there to investigate previous reportings of orbs. The FBI went out to investigate. At one point, while they're in the air in the helicopter, they spot a cavern or a cave entrance, but it's too dangerous to land the helicopter. At one point, the orbs split into two different orbs. At one point, an orb is within 10 feet of the helicopter. I've got an update on that file, which I'll make a video about real soon. And I'm actually going to connect that over to some drone incursions, because I believe it's quite likely that that's why the USPER was there in the first place, to investigate drone incursions of that facility, or UAS incursions, orb incursions, whatever you want to call them. And I got a really intriguing piece of information about some of these drone incursions from 2024 that I'm going to share in a video here, hopefully today. What's interesting about that, I'm not sure. I'm not saying there's a connection, but these coincidences are starting to stack up, to be honest here, is that the location of this new information I'm going to talk about is just 25 miles from where Monica Reza went missing. She went missing in the Mount Waterman area of the Angeles National Forest, California. Again, I'm not saying that her disappearance or McCasland's disappearance is connected to these drone incursions that I'm going to talk about, incursions which were reported in the media, but I'm just going to share with you what I've got, and I'll let you process that information and come to your own conclusions. I do have a brief Monica Reza update, though, on my FOIA request for more information on her case, and unfortunately, it's another setback. This update to my FOIA request says on March 18th, 2026, we extended the time to respond to this request by 14 days due to the existence of unusual circumstances. Specifically, their office, among other things, needs to search for and collect the requested records from field facilities, such as bureaus, stations, units, other departments that are separate from the PRA unit. At that time, we anticipated being able to provide a response by April 13th, 2026. That's been over a month ago. Subsequently, we updated your request to provide you with an estimated further response date of May 14th, 2026. That's been 2 weeks ago. Although the updated date has passed, this does not mean that there are no responsive records at this time. We are continuing to process your request, but do not yet have an updated date for our next response. The status of your request is U under review. Okay, I still can't quite figure out why it's taken them so long to accumulate the records they have on such an important case, but all we can do is stay tuned. Okay, let's finish with some shocking new video in the Neil McCasland case. Let's head back over to Red Panda Koala on X. Be sure to give him a follow. This is police body cam footage released by first responders, and this is General McCasland's wife.
He's very, very active physically and has always had a very sharp mind, retired Major General from the PhD from MIT.
Oh, wow.
And he's been feeling brain fog. Please have a seat. His name is William Neil McCasland. He goes by Neil, N-E-I. McCasland. So anyway, today he was quite down and kind of clingy, which is unusual. And I had a doctor's appointment. I remember looking at my car clock. I backed out at 11:10. And I was back by around noon and he was gone. And I found his phone turned off and left on his nightstand. I found his smartwatch plugged in the bathroom. And all the cars are here, bicycles are here, so he has to be. I found the shirt he was wearing when I left in the closet, so I don't know what he was wearing.
Wow, so just some whole new layers there from General McCasland's wife. First of all, she mentions brain fog again. That sort of came in from the 911 call we heard earlier. She said he was down and clingy, not quite acting his normal self, just like what we heard from his Space Force meeting the night before. She found that his phone was still there, turned off, which is interesting. Smartwatch, still there. All the cars there, so she assumes he's on foot. And apparently he's changed clothes because the shirt he had on is back in his closet. Okay, so General Neil McCasland, Monica Reza, both sadly still missing. These are real cases, real missing persons, active cases. We should continue to pray for their safe recovery, pray for the loved ones, friends, and family, and we'll look to keep you updated. So stay tuned. Check out our playlist with our previous videos on these cases. Okay, speaking of updates, there have been a few more updates on Red Panda Koala on X as I was attempting to wrap this video up, so I decided to throw those in here as well. So apparently we've got new police body cam released. This is interviewing a neighbor who used to be a co-worker of McCasland's. Let's check it out.
Police also speak with another neighbor. This is a man who used to work with Neil McCasland. And what he says about the general, it paints a very specific picture.
Yeah, he used to be my boss. He's a retired general, Air Force. You know, I haven't seen him in forever.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I see him like once every. I haven't seen him. I thought I saw Susan, his wife, walking up the driveway a day or two ago, but I haven't seen McCasland.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right.
He drives around in that he got a little sports car, and he's got like a Range Rover, like African safari vehicle.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see he was parked outside. Neil used to be my boss. My boss's boss's boss, which is hilarious. I briefed him back in 2000 when he visited Boston. So I think they had the house here, and I lived in Boston, and he came up to the air base.
Okay.
And I briefed for him projects I had. He was this scary colonel. He's a PhD. I'm a PhD, but like he's a PhD in some other science, engineering, and then he ran the scientific lab, and he's smart as hell. And he's really straight laced, and like so he's not a. If you walk, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
Unless he went for a walk and popped an aneurysm or stroked out or something, but then he'd be on.
Walking on the road somewhere.
Yeah, he'd be on the bike path or up the trail up.
Right.
Oh man.
That same neighbor, the one who used to work for McCasland, also mentioned something else: cameras.
Next door, the folks right here, they have a little entryway that's it's a fenced in, but they have a ringtone camera. Right here, these guys, right behind that wall is their front door and a little patio.
Oh,
so they
okay.
have a camera that would see maybe the little gate they have.
I thought this not Neil's? Yeah.
No, they're the next house. And then the house, they have the bigger house, like up the hill with a curved driveway.
Yeah.
And you'll see the extra,
Nice.
like there's a, I forget what it's called, like a big Range Rover thing.
Yeah.
And then, and they have a fenced in yard and they got a dog that they don't walk a lot, but he barks at night because he can see between the fence.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, so he's 2 houses over.
Okay.
Okay, wow. So the neighbor seems genuinely flabbergasted that General McCasland is missing. And I think the neighbor brings up some good points. Namely, if the general did head out walking and had some sort of medical emergency, where's he at? Why hasn't he been found? The neighbor also brings up this ring camera that a neighbor has, so there could be yet more video out there with some evidence in this case. And we apparently have some more body cam footage, this time with General McCasland's wife again. And apparently here she's detailing about a ski trip that he had planned with friends for the week after his disappearance.
I mean, you'll see it all over the house. Preparations. He was going to a backcountry ski hut next week with 17 friends.
Sweet. Wow.
A ski into kind of place. So there's food and gear and there's all kind of things out that he was setting aside for that. But he was worried that his physiology was going to let him down on this trip. I mean, you'll see it all over the house. Preparations. He was going to a backcountry ski hut next week with 7.
So again, we hear these concerns that McCasland and his wife were having about his health. General Neil McCasland, Monica Reza, where are they? What has happened to them? They have simply vanished. They have simply vanished. And I want to reiterate that there are frightening things happening to scientists and other officials around the world. And I believe this has been going on for a very long time. If you just missed my interview with Massimo Teodorani, astrophysicist from Italy, you'll hear even he had some disturbing phone calls and believed that he was being followed by someone. And I can tell you that is not the only example of that happening to scientists. There's a lot going on out there. We would all be well advised to keep our head on a swivels, pay attention to our surroundings at all times. Okay, Unexplained Ones, let's get into this giveaway stuff before we let you go. We've got lots of signed books to give away by authors like New York Times bestselling author Patricia Cornwell, Disney author David Koning, Bev Vincent, who writes in the Stephen King multiverse, friend of the show Lee Starks, Colonel Drew Miller, and much more. Just be a sub, leave a comment, and of course, if you like the video, smash the like button for me. That would really help us out. All right, Unexplained Ones, I'm Dr. Mounts. This has been All Things Unexplained. Take some time this week, get off your screens. We really need to cherish and live in the moments of life that we've got. Make the most of them. Spend some time out in the woods. Look up at the skies. You may not spot a Bigfoot. You may not see a UFO. But you might just find something even more important out there. And that's yourself. Stay safe and take care, everybody.
All Things Unexplained.
So some of that I think, sir, will save for closed session.